Welcome, welcome to the Deal Room Live. I'll shout out some of you guys on here. We got a lot of leads to get to. I got market updates for you, and we've got some exciting things to cover. So I want to shout out my people in the Zoom room. Shout out to Anya, my executive assistant coming in here. Good to see you, Anya. What's up, Amanda? Someone who is a mastermind member turned team family member now. What's up, Angela, Diana, Frankie, Jason? Good to see you. I see your leads as well. Joanne, Kay, Lynette. Lynette's on a plane still here. Margaret, Marilyn. I know we got a lead to follow up on. Marlon, Mike. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Shabna. So excited for you. Good things are happening. Nina, Steve, Tara, Tim, and Todd. All right, we got a good crew in the Zoom room. Now, everyone listening on the live stream, just type in the chat where you're listening from. I want to shout you guys out. What's up, Beverly? Good to see you. I got your portfolio we're about to call on. Leo, good to see you. Lamar on Instagram. What's up? Georgita, Chad. What's up, Chad? Chad sent me a picture of 2 more checks. Shout out Chad for crushing it. Make sure everybody in the Zoom room, make sure that you are muted. And Anya, anybody that's not muted, hit that mute button for me. What's up, Jacqueline? We have a lead that we're calling for you. And so I will tell you what, Jacqueline, since you're at work and you hopped in, I'm glad you're here. We're going to call your lead first. As soon as I give a market update here for the next 7 minutes or so. Shout out to Lamar, to Bill Welsh. What's up, Kim? Kim's in North Carolina. Laura Lee's in California. Heck yeah, my neighbor. And Daryl Lynn. All right, keep them coming. Keep the comments rolling. We have an incredible jam-packed hour. It might run a little over. And we're going to get to dialing some leads. Before we do, market updates. I want to share this. A lot of things is happening in the news, and I want to just point out a couple of things that I think are very pertinent to us as real estate investors. Mimi, so nice to see you. I pray you are feeling 100%. Something that I believe is very pertinent to us as real estate investors is just to be cognizant of what is going on. There's a lot of hype in the news media, and what I intend to do here on the Deal Room Live is to inspire and empower you, empower Mike and Tara and Marlon and Leo and Jacqueline to just do deals and make money and live your purpose regardless of what Congress is doing, what Senate's doing, what the White House is doing, what is happening. There's a lot of noise happening, but I want you to be very clear of what's happening under that noise. And whether you like or dislike what's going on in politics right now, I want to point out that we have, for the first time in, at least in my lifetime, probably for a very long time, if not ever, a real estate guy in the White House. President Trump is a real estate guy. And regardless of all of the news media and the hype that's going on, I want you to take very clear note that what is happening is very pro real estate. Whether it be the tax bills that are being given, whether it be the laws that are being passed, whether it be the portable mortgages that are being floated, or the 50-year mortgage. Now, you will see people putting out on Facebook or wherever, oh my gosh, did you do the math? If you have a $450,000 house and you have a 30-year mortgage, you're going to pay $500,000 in interest. And if you have a 50-year mortgage, you're going to pay $840,000 in interest. Those are round numbers. You have people doing all of this different math. And I want to point out, though, that it's not always as simple as it seems. Let me explain. If you borrow money in 2025 and you are paying off that money, you're renting money. I want you to type it in the chat, renting money. This is the thought I need you to understand. If you're renting money in 2025 and locking in that 2075 house pricing in 2025 and lowering your payment by $200 or $300 a month, I'm telling you, it puts you in a very different position. Now, I'm not suggesting that 50-year mortgages is good for the average homeowner or bad for the average homeowner, but I'm telling you, as real estate investors, if you can rent money today and gather deeds at 2025 prices and pay them off in 2075, you realize what an incredible position you are being put in right now. Now, do the math. Let's say you take that $250 a month you save on a 50-year mortgage from a 30. Not suggesting that most people will do that, but let's say you invested that in other real estate or crypto or other investments. You realize how much money that would compound over the 50 years. So understand money is math, and there's a different way to let money flow around us than how we previously may have thought. And in this Deal Room Live, I love to negotiate deals. We're about to call Jason's leads. We're first calling Jacqueline's leads, Tim's leads, Bev's leads, Tara's leads, follow up with one that we're working on with Marilyn. Incredible amount of leads to follow up on, but I want to really change our relationship with money. I want to change the way we think about money and the way that we rent money. Now, with portable mortgages being floated, we already kind of get to do that, don't we? Taking over debts, paying 2 and 3% interest rates. There is hundreds of millions of dollars of 2 and 3% interest rates still out there for you to take over. So I want to just point out, if you can rent money in 2025 at 2075 numbers, who here realizes inflation is going to continue to rise? It may slow down, it may speed up, but inflation is going to continue to rise. And as the Federal Reserve puts money into the ecosystem and the, quantitative tightening is loosening, and you're seeing these shifts happening now in the marketplace. And again, remember, we have a real estate president. So if you can look at what's going on past the news headlines, past the doomers saying we're waiting for the crash, past the doomers who predicted the crash in 20, I seen some doomer the other day was putting out news that the crash is happening in 2025, and somebody else said 2026. And one of my friends had made the comment, said that doomer has predicted 29 of the last 2 recessions. In other words, some people are always preaching doom and gloom. So be intentional. Yes, be smart, but don't get overly caught up in listening to doomers. Let's be real and ask ourselves, what is the actions we can take? Because just because someone else is preaching that things are tight, it don't have to be tight in Todd's house. It don't have to be tight in Mike's house. Can I get an amen? So create your own economy, create your own wealth, create your own flow. All right. So welcome in. We're going to negotiate some deals live today. This is the Deal Room Live. If you are brand new here, welcome. I do this every single Wednesday. And the whole objective, and by the way, if you are online, just give it a like, a love, a subscribe. Thank you for being here. And I want for this to be a place where you come and you watch me negotiate deals live, not to count on me negotiating your deals. Yes, I'm negotiating a bunch of our community's deals today, but so that it will inspire you. And the rest of today, that you will negotiate more deals because of the inspiration you got from this Deal Room Live today. All right. So I said that to point out we are in a very exciting time. We're in very unique times. We're in very special times. And there is people who will be running out. There is people who will be predicting doom and gloom. But just look at the reality of where things is. Look at the reality of the tax cuts being made that are good for the economy. Look at the reality of tax advantages for continuing to own real estate, unless you're in New York. That's another story. But look at where it is. That's why I buy in red states, because I want to buy in areas where the landlord-friendly laws are. So understand how the game is played and lean into that. All right, so we buy houses 2 ways. Type it in the chat. If you are on the live stream, if you're in Zoom, follow along, type it in the chat or note it down. We buy houses 2 ways. Cash below value or payments over time. That's the 2 ways we buy houses. Cash below value or payments over time. We always go for payments first. That's always our first objective. And then if that doesn't work, if they won't accept payments, then we go to objective number 2. which is cash way below value. All right. So we're going to dive in and we're going to start dialing and we're going to see who we can get on the phone, starting off first with Jacqueline's lead. This is Hannah with the house on North Elizabeth. So let's give Hannah a ring. And the toughest part on these live dials is getting them on the phone. Now, I have some very important notes I want you to be listening for throughout.
Hello.
Hannah, it's Andrew calling you back about the house on North Elizabeth. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Did I catch you at a good time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was looking here. I think you talked to my partner, Jacqueline, about the property. And from my understanding, did I understand right? Your seller entertained they would do some owner financing if we could agree on price and terms and pay your commission up front.
They cannot do seller financing. They have to sell it in order to purchase their next home.
Got it. What are they asking for the place?
They're currently listed at 115,000.
Okay. And what do they have a debt on it or do you know?
Yes, they do have a mortgage on the property.
You know about how much is left on that?
I believe around 103 or so.
Okay. So what we would normally do, Hannah, is we would come in and buy the house. We would take over that 103 on what's called a wraparound. Our attorney draws up all the paperwork. We would pay the 13 or what would that 12,000. We'd pay the 12,000 to cover your commission and put the rest in their pocket. And then we would close on their timeline. Do you know about how much the monthly payments are on the 103?
I want to say she told me that it's escrowed, so including taxes and insurance, I think she's around 900 something.
Okay. All right, cool. And how soon, if we could buy it, take over the 103, and then give the 12,000 up front to cover your commission and put the rest in their pocket, how soon would they be looking to move forward on this?
They can close as soon as possible. They are buying a new construction home and it is ready to go. They just need to get this house sold.
Got it. Okay. Who's the loan with right now?
That I do not know who's carrying their mortgage currently.
Okay. All good. Would it be something that I would need to write up and send to you? Do you think what we just discussed, the 115 purchase, taking over the 103, putting 12 in their pocket and yours, is that something that works for them? Assuming that we do the paperwork and close through our attorney?
Yeah, assuming that there's no loopholes or anything, they definitely be open to getting it sold. So this would basically be like a loan assumption, or would you guys just take out your own loan or?
Yes. So very similar to an assumption. It's just called a debt takeover. Our attorney, actually, the technical term is called a wraparound mortgage. And so our attorney prepares my entity, mine and Jacqueline's entity, would take ownership of the property, would write the check for the $12,000 to you and the seller, and then the note would be wrapping around the underlying debt. So let's say she owes 103,000 to Wells Fargo. It would just clearly state my company owes, what's the seller's name? The first name only? Bailey. That Jacqueline and Andrew's entity owes Bailey 103 and Bailey owes Wells Fargo 103.
Okay, so it's not like an actual sale. Like it would not fall off of like her.
The loan would stay on the property and in her name until we resell the property and cash it out. Correct. But we would take ownership. We're responsible for maintenance, repairs, taxes, insurance, and the monthly payment. And then she has that instrument called a wraparound mortgage showing that we're covering that debt.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we would definitely be interested. I'd have to obviously speak with her lender to make sure that that would be an option for her that would still allow her to purchase the home, as obviously that debt is a contingency that she has to get rid of to have
of course,
enough debt to income to be able to purchase a new house. So as long as her lender and everything's okay with it, and I'll obviously want to review your attorney's documents. Of course, you'd send them my way and everything, and make sure everything looks good. It's definitely something we'd be open to.
Okay. And just to clarify, while of course I'm not a lender, so I can't guarantee what they do. It's been my experience that usually the lender will give what's called a debt wash. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Just like they would 75% credit usually if it's rented. When it's sold on a wraparound mortgage, often it's 100%. So, what would you like my next steps to be, Hannah?
If you just want to email me all the information, that would be great.
Perfect. And let me make sure I have your email down here. If you could just give it to me real quick.
Yeah. And then MO as in Missouri.
Perfect. You will receive a email from Jacqueline or myself no later than tomorrow, and it will
Okay.
have that purchase agreement. Seller, who should I put as the seller on there? Or you want me to leave that part blank?
You can leave it blank and I'll fill it in.
Perfect. Sounds good, Hannah. You'll have an email from us probably tomorrow morning sometime. All right.
Okay. That sounds perfect. Thank you so
Thanks,
much, Andrew.
Hannah. All right. Talk soon. Bye for now.
All right. Bye bye.
Boom. All right. So I want to point out what just happened there. Jacqueline, shout out Jacqueline and Josh. I hope that you was able to hear that, Jacqueline. If not, hopefully Josh was. Jacqueline and Josh are an incredible mother-son duo, and new to the community here. As far as I know, that's the first lead that Jacqueline submitted. So what happened was this was a realtor. The realtor is, of course, has the property up for sale, trying to do what a realtor does, which is what? Sell the darn property. So this is a house and it's for sale for 115. Now, I know what some people are thinking. Andrew, why didn't you beat him up on price? Well, we could, for sure. I also am being very cognizant because I'm doing the math in my head and I'm realizing that the seller probably only stands to get about $3,000, $2,000. They listed it at this to break even, is what they are trying to do. So after we pay closing, or we give them 12 down and they pay closing, after we cover realtors' commissions and fees, the seller is very likely to get net close to zero. So understand that we are buying the house and taking over their debt. Now, why didn't I push price too hard? The reason I didn't push price too hard because I want to find out if this is a viable option for them. And I want to find out what the actual numbers are. So we need to find out. Jacqueline, I'm so glad you was able to be on here. And just so you know, for all of my people online, I mute it out online when they give me personal information, first and last name, email, phone number, etc. So that's why if you were online, you didn't catch the email. My assistant Anya will make sure that Jacqueline, can you make sure Jacqueline Combs, Anya, gets the email of Hannah's? And if you didn't catch it on Zoom, text me on my cell and I'll send you a picture of it because it's here in front of me on the sheet. So I do my best to protect your seller's information and all of those things for online stream. Of course, and Zoom, I know you hear it. You guys are extended family. So good stuff. All right. Next, we are going to do another dial, but I have some lessons I need to share with you. So this is a house on Elizabeth Avenue, $115,000 property, $103,000 debt, simple debt takeover. Simple wraparound mortgage, walk in, take it over. And the seller's motivation is they already bought a new house and they already need to get rid of this place. And this lead came from Facebook Marketplace. Shout out to Jacqueline for just going on the marketplace and finding these deals. Gail, if you could update the notes on that. It's on line item 119 on my screen. Update the line item there, 119, that I talked to her and that she is awaiting a contract from Jacqueline. Thank you so much. And give me a confirmation once you have done that. I already see you lighting up the screen. All right. Next, we got more leads to get to, but I want to give you some notes. I want to give you some takeaways because this is not only about doing deals. What's up, Caleb? Good to see you. What's up, Michelle? What's up, Valerie? Baxter, nice to see you. Diana. Hey, we got two Dianas now, one in Zoom land and one online. we've got some good crew. Bill Welsh on here shouting everybody out, reminding you to give it a thumbs up and a subscribe. Thank you. All right, next, we have more leads to get to, but before we do that, I want to point out when we're negotiating deals, and for those of you who are in Zoom room and you've been hanging out with me, you know this, and it's a good refresher for those of you who are new. Maybe the first time you've heard it. Our whole objective on that call is to get to the big three. It's the least you'll take on price. It's the least you'll take a month, and usually we buy with nothing down. Or what's the least you'll take down? Now, what happens when we start getting these feedback loops and we find out information? You say, well, Andrew, I didn't hear you say usually we buy with nothing down. Nope, I didn't. Because when you're talking to a realtor and you say usually we buy with nothing down, what's the realtor hear? Crap, I'm not getting paid. So what is the rephrase if you're talking to a realtor? Normally we're dealing directly with sellers. The reframe when talking directly to a realtor is, if I pay your commission up front, will your seller take payments over time? Understand, it comes back to the same big three. It's just a matter of what is the other person needing and how do I solve that need right now? All right, that makes sense. Give me a yes in the chat. Make sure everybody's awake and alive. All right, we're gonna have to start doing. Sometimes I do these Zooms. I do cash giveaways. Thought I had some cash around here. I got cash. Should we start? Everybody, give a vote. If we should start doing cash giveaways on these deal rooms, just give me a yes in the chat. Both Zoom and YouTube, Instagram. If you think we should start giving away cash every Wednesday on the Deal Room Live, just give me a yes in the chat. All right. I know there's a lag on the live stream. All right. Jason says no. Jason says, I got plenty of money, brother. Tim says, sure. Lynette says, why not? Yes. For those of you who are just at the live event, we have. Randy, I like it. Abundance, baby. Randy says, yes. Kim says, yes. The real estate Dawn. Wow. The real estate Dawn says yes. Laura Lee says yes. Lori Kling says yes. Edward says yes. Valerie says yes, please. Heck yeah. All right, good. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. If you don't comment, I can assure you won't win. I need to talk to my team. We should figure out how to pick winners every week. If anybody has an idea of how I should give it away and pick winners every week, I'm very down to suggestions, because I feel like that would add a certain element of excitement and fun to this, in addition to just closing your deals for you, because just closing your deals for you seems overly generous. I'm kidding. All right. So we're going to call Karen on Fairview Drive. This is Joanne's lead. And after this, we'll be calling Beverly's lead. So we get to the big three. Now there's another lesson I need to give.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Andrew, interested in your Fairview Drive house.
Thanks, Andrew. Please stay on the line.
Randy. Randy's one of our Freedom Life family. I like your idea. Randy says, give away the cash equivalent as a deposit towards the Freedom Life.
I'm sorry, this person is not available.
Priceless with exponential return. I like that. That should be I should put that in a promo video, by the way. That's an incredible sales. Randy, I like you, brother. Randy's our neighbor over here. And Sandy at the Oceanside home. All right. We are going to, if you don't mind, Gail, update number 112 that we did not reach her. Next, we are calling Beverly's lead. This is a portfolio. I'm going to give you guys an update on follow-up. I want to point out something. Two things that has happened this week in our follow-ups. Because when you're doing these calls, you're going to find you consistently have deal flow when you're consistently following up. Boom, 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 boom.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
All right. We're going to dial again. That's Beverly's lead. In North Carolina. This is Anthony is a seller and he has a portfolio. So I want to talk about the follow-up sequence. I talk about this like a dog with a bone.
Your call has been forwarded.
Because whenever you're doing this business, hey, it's Andrew, Beverly's partner, was interested in the portfolio you have for sale. We're interested in the portfolio you have for sale. When do you have a minute to talk? So some is better than none. And something we do is, and I just got distracted. My acquisitionist, Robert, who most of you have heard me talk about, he's an incredible guy. And we started working together in 2016 and for a season, several years, we worked together. And he just texted me. A link to a property, and he still does that every little while. He'll send me something. We still stay in touch. I'm a believer in lifetime relationships. When you find those people who stick with you and you with them, even when we ain't working together, you'll find that culture in our team and in our community. Something I want to point out, though, is money is math. And when I'm on the phone with these sellers, when I'm on the phone with these buyers, when Kay's doing an open house in Louisville with a bunch of the community deals, I want to just point out the place where so many people fall off is in this place of overthinking. So we're going to be on the phone with the seller, and the seller's going to ask a question. And of course, you're going to hear me maybe talking to a seller in Evansville. I'm going to share this lesson in 2 notes, and then we're going to call Christopher Unlimited's deal. Shout out, Christopher. And then we're going to call Jason's deal, and then Marilyn's deal, and Tim's deal. All right. Something that I want to point out when it comes to this follow-up is I'm on the phone with a lead. It's in God knows where, Texas. We have a follow-up with them in just a few minutes here. And this lead is in Texas. The seller strikes a deal, sends a purchase, asks us for a purchase agreement. Well, it's in the middle of nowhere, Texas. I'm not going to buy a house out in the middle of nowhere, Texas, and take the time to sell the darn thing. I'm just not. Now, if I was new, my gosh, I would have jumped on this thing. So guess what I thought of? Who in Freedom Life is near this place in Texas? It so happens Marilyn is near this place in Texas. So I text Marilyn. I said, Marilyn, you want this deal? She said, yes. I said, if you close it, cut me back 10%. And I share that because I put this lead over to her. She follows up. Shout out to Marilyn. Marilyn, everybody on the chats, just give a virtual round of applause or virtual shout out of a go Marilyn. I shout out to Marilyn because she is someone who just freaking wins. She just doesn't give up. She knows how to stay on it. She just keeps the needle moving forward every day. So many people, they get in their own head. Crap. What if they ask me a question I don't know? And then they get over the hump of doing a call. And then, crap. What if I'm bugging them when I follow up? And then, crap. What if this happens? And then, crap, we get in our own heads and we stop ourselves from 99% of the business. They already said they want to sell you the deal. They already asked you for a purchase agreement. My gosh, follow up already. Find out why they haven't signed the darn thing. And so to Marilyn's credit, she texted this guy, I think every single day, and have reached out to him since we negotiated the deal and the guy agreed to it. This was maybe Friday or Monday. And so she's following up. And today the guy and his wife come back and say, we're ready to sign, but we want $15,000 more. I said, blackmail. We don't do this. I'm kidding. I didn't say that. So I said, we're not going to change the deal. Let's just have a call and find out where he is. So what's the two temptations to do? One, ain't nobody changes a deal on me. Whack it. Or what's the other one? Crap, I need to get this deal done. Let me just do what he asked. Understand that neither of those may be right. You can, but also it's very likely we call them up and find out what the heck's actually going on and solve their problem. So we're going to get paid in direct accordance to the problem we solve. Another perfect example. Diane Murphy is on our deal operator call Monday. Every single Monday for all of our deal operator launchpad and Freedom Life people, I do a operations call. In other words, it's just how to be a good operator. Like, how do you run this business? How do you take it from a hobby of going and getting a deal done here and there or grinding a hustle to actually a business that supports your life? And so every Monday is all about that. So Monday, I'm on the phone with Diane and we're talking to her how to be a good operator. And she says, my biggest hang up right now, and I want you to write this down if you're taking notes or you can type it in the chat, identify your bottlenecks. We're getting ready to call some more sellers live. And something that you'll find is often as you're doing this business, you'll find yourself in a place where you've just got to identify your bottlenecks. What the heck is holding me up right now? Well, crap. It's where do I get the leads? Let's solve it. Well, crap. It's I don't know what to say to the seller. Solved. Well, crap. I'm talking to the sellers. I'm negotiating deals, but I need money to close the deals. Let's solve it. Either A, you got to negotiate better deals so money will come, or B, maybe you already negotiated a good deal and you just got to know where to get. So understand, as you ask the right questions, ask better questions, the opportunities come. So Diane says, my bottleneck is I need more leads, which, by the way, write it down. Lead flow is life flow. No leads, no business. What's up, Luis, Darylyn, Valerie? What's up, Pablo? Good to see everybody. So I said, let's solve the lead problem. Write this down if you're taking notes. Solve the bottleneck quickly. So what do? Of course, I believe every one of you who are experienced on the phones should absolutely be out going and buying leads from iSpeed to Lead or Property Lead Source or REI Print Mail or doing all the things to get leads. But I also know there's multiple actions to be taken from identifying lead sources and putting it into action. So while Diane is telling me her bottleneck on Monday's deal operator call, I went silent for 4 minutes while she explained her bottleneck to me. And in those 4 minutes, what I didn't tell her is I was messaging people on Facebook, my little script. Interested in this property? Have a couple questions. What's the best number to reach you? She gets done talking and I am already ringing one of the people who messaged me back their phone number. Write this down. Money loves speed. I'm already ringing. Well, they think I forget that I'm leading a call and that my team, my incredible, lovely team, mute out my mic so they can keep having a conversation with Diane while I'm over here making calls, they think. I unmute myself and I said, Diana, I'm buying you a house. And so this lady answers and she goes, hello. And I said, hey, it's Andrew. I was calling about X and X property. She says, sure. What can I tell you? Next thing I know, somebody else is in the background. It's her daughter, the mother-daughter duo. And I said, what can you tell me about the property? We get through the information about the property. Sounds like a home run deal. I said, Diane, we have a meetup or we have a follow-up scheduled on Monday. If I buy this house, it's yours. Like if you buy it, it's your deal. If you want it, take it. You just lead me on following it up. You're part of the Freedom Life family. We'll help you get this done and solve your lead flow problem. Well, I find out this lady also has 11 more properties. So if we buy this house, Diane gets 1 and I get 11. And so she may buy them all. We'll see. So I negotiate this deal. I'm negotiating this deal. And last night, the app pops up and a phone number I don't recognize is calling. And so I'm busy. I'm in a meeting and I just hit the respond. And she says, "Hey, please call me. It's Mary's daughter." I said, "Okay." So last night I get done with my meetings. I go out and I call Mary's daughter back. And I said, "Hey, it's Andrew." Guys, I want you to understand this follow-up sequence because it is about connecting. Write this little phrase down: trust recession. The thing that separates Angela and Todd and Mike and Boomer and Dial-In and Valerie and Nina and Janet in today's marketplace, in today's trust recession, is being authentic. I'm going to dial some more sellers live. You will constantly hear this phrase: "Well, I get all these calls and I just want to make sure that you're real, but you're different." Why? Because I'm just being authentic. The reason her daughter called me back last night, she said, "Andrew, I've had like 15 or 16 more people reach out to me. And I don't know who's a scam and who's not. And I just wanted to talk to you about this because you said you were interested in them all, but I don't know. I don't know what to do. I've never sold these houses like this. Like, can you help me?" And be authentic. And I just said to her, I said, "Look, I don't know whether I'm going to buy the houses or not." I said, "I buy houses two ways. I buy houses cash way below value, and I buy houses with payments over time and pay you more money." I said, "Either is an option for this, but I will tell you, I will give you the best feedback I possibly can. And ultimately, we need to do whatever's a win for you, your mom and dad, and a win for us if we buy the houses. And if not, I'll point you in a direction. Is that fair?" She says, "Thank you so much, Andrew." Why? Because I am being the guide. What's the tempting thing to do? "Oh my gosh, it's a deal. What if there's equity? What if I can make money?" Good. Get the freaking money. I absolutely am all about getting the deal done. But we get to serve by selling. Selling is serving. All right. Keep that front and center. All right. Bev's deal is calling me back. We're going to answer this, Anthony, and then we're going to start following up. Anthony, it's Andrew. How you doing?
Good. How are you, sir?
I am good. I'm good. I'm calling you back about that portfolio that you're looking to sell. Did I catch you at a good time?
Yes, sir.
Good. So I have down here the I guess high overview is you're asking 554. Sounds like they need a couple hundred in rehab on the high end, and you think they're worth around 900 once they're fixed. Is that pretty accurate? And it's 6 properties?
Yeah, roughly.
Okay, cool. What's got you looking to sell these, brother?
I'm doing new construction.
Oh, nice.
So I would prefer to just take the money and buy land and just continue doing new builds.
New construction. I don't blame you. Is these rentals or what's just going to be
They're
flips?
rentals. No, I had bought them for rentals.
Yeah.
And they were they were all performing at one point or another, and then as the tenants left, the intention was to go in there and renovate. But since I was tied up with other projects, I didn't get to them, and I was trying to do them all in cash. I didn't want to get another loan to do them.
Yeah.
Most of them are kind of paid off, and then I think we just have a loan on 2 of them.
How much is left on the debt on the 2?
97,000.
97. Okay. All right. And then so I was looking here. I seen let me double check something. I see here the West Chestnut package, but is that included in the other 6 properties? The Bell, West Chestnut, South Hopkins, West Chestnut, and South Marvin?
I don't know how Tara put them up.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely 405, 407, West Chestnut Street. Those I owe 97,000 on it.
Okay.
And I want to get rid of them.
Got it. Okay. So 97K. And is that like a hard money or is that a bank loan or what?
No, it's a bank loan.
Bank. Okay. All right. And
Yeah,
those.
I think it's a 6% loan, if I'm not mistaken, 15-year term.
Okay.
And monthly payment is like $767. I think 252 goes towards principal and like 4 and some change goes towards interest every month.
Okay. And what's the rent row on the? I see the 4 of them she had down that it'd bring like 5,600. They're all empty right now, right?
So 405 and 407 used to bring 1,500, 750 a piece. I never raised those rents. I think like maybe a couple months ago, I think 407. I get them confused because they're right next door.
Yeah, I understand.
All right, 405. I think the tenant somehow broke the kitchen sink and flooded the whole kitchen and the floor. So we had mitigation come out there, rip it out. And I haven't gone back in there to clean it. So we dried it out and all that stuff. So that's how that one became vacant. Otherwise, they were paying rent, since I got it, since like 2022, I've had that one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then 750 on the next door neighbor. I haven't done any upgrades, so I didn't raise it. But all the other ones and in that area, I was getting like 900, 950. But with a little bit more improvements, the rents have gone up. You get easy like 1,250 a month, for a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, and I think these are 3-bedroom, 1 baths, if I'm not mistaken.
We would be looking to buy them either one of 2 ways. One, we'd be interested in owner financing, probably about the price you're asking, or we'd be interested in, doing a cash offer, but we'd probably be starting in the low to mid 4s instead of the mid 5s. Which of those would be more appetizing to you? Would you entertain some short-term seller financing to get to your price?
Yeah, but like I told Tara that we will have to have a good down payment because the goal is to take the money and put it right back to work. So if I am not getting any money, I'm not really like in need to sell them.
Yeah. What's a good down payment? How much are you thinking?
Well, I told her she just mentioned the seller financing, and she really only had mentioned that she was only really interested in those 2. So what we talked about was like, you guys take over that loan, and I get the rest as a down payment. The 40,000, or the difference would be like 42,000, something like that. As a down payment for that one. That way, I'm getting the 140 for the pair, which I think is a deal. I'm pretty much we'll be breaking even on that one. I bought those for like 67,000, and I put some money into them. I did some repairs, not enough to drive the value of the homes up substantially, but I just figure, hey, I get my money back and I just roll over into another deal, and I'll make it up on the next deal. The other houses, I mean, like, I'm not sure. It just has to be fair, and it just has to be appealing for me to want to do it. So I can do something.
Yeah.
Like you're saying the cash offer will be like 400,000, and you would be getting 1, 2, 6 homes for 400,000.
Well, I didn't figure you'd accept a cash. I figured you'd prefer terms, but I was just giving you a comparison so kind of where we are. I think we're in the same range on price if we can do the rest. So I'm doing the math here. How much did you think we'd have to spend on the 2 West Chestnut houses to get them in tippy top shape?
I would probably be like somewhere around 30 to 50,000, to fix them up.
Okay.
It all depends, how you guys do your updating. There's some people, put lipstick on a pig or put a little bit more, or some people go all the way,
So
it all depends.
If we could buy all 6 of them, take over the 97, give you your full, let's just call it 550 numbers for sake of math and quick discussion, and put 100 to 150 in your pocket up front, would that work for you?
Yeah, and what would the monthly payments look like for the rest?
I don't know. I'd have to do the math on that. What's the longest you'd be willing to give us to pay you out the rest?
Man, that's a good question. Uh, that's a really good question. And then the other thing that I would consider also is like, hey, if I'm doing terms, you know, it's like it might be worth a little bit more, you know, especially if it's going to be like a 3-year, 5-year balloon period, you know. And honestly, I believe I can sell these very easily on the MLS, like around 85 to 90,000 as is. I believe so. Like right now, if you know, they have some stuff out there, but not a lot. So I'm pretty sure I can get rid of them for that price.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
You know,
You're a smart guy. You can do whatever you want. My question is, in order to get this deal done, if it was something that fit our portfolio, I mean, if we were willing to put 150 down and then pay you every month, and then agree to refinance and pay you out in X amount of years, would that be worth considering to you to get an immediate sale and not have to deal with any more back and forth and bull crap?
Yeah, but I would take off. I would remove 902 South Marvin Street from the equation. I wouldn't sell that one to you guys.
Why not?
Because that one it's pretty much rent ready.
Yeah.
Doesn't really need any repairs. On the exterior, I'm gonna do the siding. It's a little bit of siding work that I'm gonna do because I don't like it. But we don't need to do it, right? It's just me. I just want it to look nicer than what it is. That one, as is right now, I can sell it on the MLS for like 150, easy.
Mm-hmm.
So like I would just sell that one, get my 150 for that, and then if I can avoid headaches and sell the rest, and you still give me like $100 to $150,000 down payment, then I would have $300,000 cash to go and buy some land while I wait for the rest of the money. And $300,000 will help me out a lot. You know, I can buy several parcels and begin several projects.
I'm not committing to this. I'm just thinking out loud.
No,
What if we was willing to give you 200 down, 2 or 250 down, and buy them all 6 out? Basically, call it half. Give you half down and half then in 3 to 5.
Then I might entertain that.
Yep.
A little bit more. And my wife is my business partner, and I don't know about you, but I can't make a decision like this by myself. But,
I respect that.
So
what's your wife's name, brother?
Megan.
Anthony and Megan. Cool. Well, probably our next step should be then me, you, and Megan hop on. You guys come up with some questions to bombard me with, and I come up with some more questions for you guys once I've put together the numbers a little further. And if you like us and we like the deal, we'll move forward. And if not, we'll part as friends, or we'll come to a conclusion for part of them. When would be good for you and Megan and me to hop back on a chat?
Probably sometimes next week. Fridays are really good for us. We typically have a meeting from 10 to 12, and we try to keep the morning open. So like from 9 to 10, we're available. And then, from after 12, if the meeting runs over a little late, it's like 12:30, then, from 12:30 on, we typically leave that open to try to fill in all our meetings in there.
How's this coming Friday at 12:30?
I don't think this Friday will give me enough time to put more information together and do a little bit more market research on what's out there. And then this Friday, we have an excavator being dropped off at a project, so
okay.
I'm actually going to be virtual, taking that meeting on site over there, so it's going to be a busy day.
Cool.
The 28th is Black Friday. Yeah, but we can make ourselves available the 28th. If not, maybe the 26th, that Wednesday.
26.
It's going to be a light day for us because
so I'm traveling 26 to Kentucky and 28 from Kentucky. What's 24 and 25 look like for you?
I can probably make that happen. No, I can't. The 25th will probably be the best store, best opportunity.
Okay. Let's do the 25th. That is 1 p.m. good?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right, cool. I'll shoot you a text confirming that as well. And then if we had to change for any reason, we'll bump it to 26 to Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. And any other questions you come up with, shoot me a message at this number. Me and my partner Bev is who's looking at taking this down. We're looking to gather a handful more before the end of the year. So if this works out, awesome. And if not, that's okay too. And we'll talk next week, brother.
Sounds good.
All right. Good talking to you. Thanks, Anthony. Bye for now. All right. So, couple of notes I want you to take away from that. By the way, type for everybody on here, just do me a favor. I want both chats going crazy right now with this. What's your energy level? 1 out of 10. What is your energy level? All right. Amanda's a 10. Beverly's a 100. Of course you are. It's your lead. Way to go, Beverly. Beverly's a 100,000. Tara's a 10. Angela's a 10. Heck yeah. Tim's a 10. Angela. Todd's a 10. All right. I want to give you guys a few takeaways. Jason's a 7. We're going to get that up to a 9, brother. Hoping you're getting lots of water today and feeling good. All right. We got a couple more follow-ups to do. And I want to point out, though, Real Estate Don's an 11. Heck yeah. Kim's a 9. Icy Vibes is a 10. Valerie's a 12. Michelle's a 7. Boss OG's a 9+. All right. Keep them coming. Katie Grace is a 10. So nice to see you. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. All right. So here's the objective. What you heard me do right there is to build a connect. And immediately when I'm looking at the portfolio in fact, I'm working right now with the tech team, just so you guys know. It may be January before we get it outlaid, but my intention is sometime in the next 6 to 8 weeks that this deal room that I do every single week, that I can have a whiteboard that I can lay out and show you guys what my brain is doing. Because in my mind, I'm looking at the 6 houses and I'm segmenting. All right, these 3 we can buy, we can get a first mortgage on those, we can pay cash for those, we get the deeds for those. And we own those free and clear, not free and clear, but with a new debt, private money or institutional money. And these 3, he will carry a seller carry on. So go with me for 1 second. And I'm gonna paint this picture mentally of what my mind is doing when I'm on the phone with this guy. I want to give you two takeaways. I want to give you 1, the deal structure takeaway, and 2, I want to give you the way that my mind is thinking in terms of the follow-up. Because I spent a lot of time there. I want to show you why. So let's say these houses, let's say they really are worth 900. 900 divided by 6. Let's say they really are worth 140 a piece, 130, 140 a piece. Let's say that we own 3 of them by giving him 250 down. And I'm seeing in the notes that 2 of them need no work. 4 of them need substantial work. Imagine that we can buy them. Imagine we can sell 3 of them. Remember, we give them 250 down. Imagine we can sell 3 of them and get 350 back. If we can sell 3 of them and get 350 back, what's the difference between 350 and 250? Type it in the chat. Help me with my math. 100. 100K. That uses the portfolio to pay for the rehabs of the others. Now, assuming that works that way. But Andrew, what if it needs more work than he says? That's why we have a little thing called due diligence. But Andrew, what if it doesn't work out? Well, I guarantee you it 100% of the offers you don't make will never get accepted. But make more offers, and some of them will get accepted. Shout out to Beverly for getting, you got How many contracts? 4 contracts in the last 10 days. Way to go. So, something that I see here, imagine if we can sell 3 of them and it raises the $100K to pay for the others. Rehab. You're realizing as people of wealth, we don't ask what it costs us, we ask what it can make us. And so, looking at these 3 houses, assuming it goes that way, now Beverly would own 3 houses worth around $450,000, give or take, that she owes around $250 in. Hello? She can co-live these. She can sell these. She can lease option these. She can do whatever they want, whatever she wants with them. They're her houses. She can refinance him out with institutional money. All right. So I'm just sharing this with you. Now, there's one other note I want to make before we give this follow-up a call. Everybody, if you're good with an extra 10 minutes here, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up in the chats. Everybody good? All right. All right. Good, good, good. Keep the thumbs up coming. I gotta get on YouTube. I gotta get at least 10 thumbs up. All right. Keep the thumbs up coming. Boom, 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 boom. Gotta get some ringing music. So that way when people's ringing or we got a silent moment. Hey, Joe and Judith Joe just texted back. Way to go. All right. So next we're going to do a follow-up on Adam. Adam and Megan. Wouldn't you know? Adam and Megan on Private Road. This is the one that we had a deal negotiated. I see the thumbs up. I see you, real estate Don. I got 3. Georgina, way to go. Darylyn, all right. I need 7 more thumbs up to keep my YouTube people with me. Make sure everybody's awake and alive. All right. All right. There's another one. There's another one. Keep them coming. Private Road. All right. We are dialing Adam and Megan on Private Road. Gail. 2. This is Marilyn's deal. It was my deal. And they said yes, and I gave it to Marilyn. I see you, Baxter. Carmen. Heck yeah. So good to see you. Ted. Edward.
It's Adam.
Adam, it's Andrew calling you back. How you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Good, good. Hey, did I catch you a good time? You got 2 minutes?
Yeah, I'm good.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just at my office.
Awesome, awesome. So I believe where we left off, we had sent the purchase agreement, and then you and your wife were talking, and you was hoping to get a little more out of it. Just kind of bring me up to speed where you are on the property.
Yeah, so we had done some digging. You know, I got with my mortgage company, kind of got what I owed. They have a rate for what the house is going for right now, which is around $244. So that's why I kind of like, well, I want to try to get a little bit out of it. You know, for just kind of where we're at. So we kind of both said we need to, get around 230 out of it. Just kind of what we put into it. So
you owe about 215.
213, 214.
Okay. So you're looking, got it. So let's see. I'm sure you know this. Of course, we're not realtors. There's no 6% commission. So that, that alone saves you. What is 6%?
Yeah, true.
244.
Yeah, it's whatever that is.
16,000 right there.
Right.
And so, of course, that takes down to 228 in that math. And then, of course, as you know, when you're dealing with that, you got people traipsing through, and you got usually 2, 3, 4 months on the market, and then closing costs.
Sure.
So you would net more by selling to us. That's for sure. I'm not sure we're quite at 230. Let me ask you this, just kind of differentiating the two, knowing we will buy it, take over the debt on the house, pay the closing, your side and ours, and that, we're not doing this as realtors. We're actually buying the darn thing. What's the least amount that you and your wife would take in your pocket, knowing that we would be paying the closing? As you probably know, that's normally, $4,000 or so alone. We would be paying all of the attorney's fees and everything. So whatever we agree on is actually net in your pocket. What's the least you would take net in your pocket?
I guess with 214, I don't want to make any less than around $8,000 to $10,000.
And remind me again, I have it in my other notepad. How much is your monthly?
That's with the insurance, everything is a little over 1,700 a month.
And what was your interest rate? Do you remember?
It's a 4 point something. Can't remember. It's all like 4.8. It's pretty low.
And then what the loan is, the loan on just the land, or is it on the trailer and the land?
It's both.
Got it.
It's all together.
Okay. All right. So if we could do 214, 8,000, 214 plus 8 is. So if we could put 8,000 in your pocket, in addition to paying the closing and no realtor fees, you and Megan would be ready to move forward with that?
Yes.
Okay. How soon would you be looking to do it if we agreed on that?
Oh, we'll do it now.
Okay. And when's the next tax installment due? I know it's escrowed, but when's the next tax installment due?
I'll have to look at that.
Okay. Is there a homestead exemption or anything that you have?
It's homesteaded. Yeah.
Okay.
So it does have that exemption.
Okay. All right, cool. Okay. We're going to be able to make that work. I'm going to send you a purchase agreement. Marilyn actually will, my partner, will send you the updated purchase agreement with those numbers. And then we'll be scheduling to come out and, just do a walkthrough, make sure everything lines up. We'll put the standard 30 days to close on the agreement unless you request longer. Does that work for you?
No, that's perfect.
Okay. All right, cool. Any other questions you and Megan have for me right now?
No, sir.
Okay.
I'll be home in like an hour and a half. She will too. So, yeah, you can send it any time of that, and then I'll go over that with her. But we had already kind of discussed all of that, so we're on the same page.
Okay. You'll have that updated agreement from Marilyn within the hour. When you get home, you can okay that. And then as we do, Marilyn will continue to stay in touch with you, get it over to title, get it started, and then schedule to come see the property either this weekend or next week. And we'll keep it moving forward.
Okay.
All right, brother. Anything else pops up, let us know. We'll talk soon.
Awesome. Thanks.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right. Way to go, Marilyn. I like nothing down better, but 8,000 down is okay. Assuming that house is move-in ready and you can sell it on owner financing. A $250,000 house for 8,000 down. Who here will write the $8,000 check to partner with Marilyn if she wants to? Give me a yes in the chats. All right. I point this out because, again, we just follow up. And Marilyn, this deal would not be happening if you hadn't have been following up. Because when they are calling you, they're calling 5 other people. Shout out Kim, Valerie, Edward. Yeah, keep the comments coming. What was your takeaway? Type the comments in the comments, type in the chats. What was your takeaway? I want to see the takeaways from these calls because I have 2 more notes I need to share and I have a couple more calls I need to make. And time is flying and getting away, but I am having so much fun. We're going to have to extend these calls or something. All right. Some days just go like that and deals just win. Be the first and the last. All right. Type your takeaways in the chat. What were your takeaways? I'm going to give you 2 more notes before we wrap today, but I'm going to call a couple more sellers. We're calling Christopher's deal. This is Dan on Lake Crest Drive right now.
Your call has been forwarded.
All right. Next, we are calling Tara's lead. This is Brandon on Bays Mountain. I'm going to give you 2 more notes. And I want to point out that when we're following up with these people, we are friendly, flexible, and helpful. Be real. And it's just that. Just be real. Just help them get what they need. If I help enough other people get what they want, I don't got to worry about what I want.
Please leave your.
All right. This is Jason's lead. This is Nicole on Hunter Juniper. Hunter Jumper. My LASIK must be wearing off. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. These calls are so much more fun when we're hanging out together. And when people are answering and saying yes. Oh my gosh. Brings me so much joy doing these deals with you guys. We're going to run a little overtime. I'm going to answer your questions when this is over. For the Zoom room, as always, we'll be staying on a little overtime. I'll be answering your questions.
Your call has been forwarded.
For those of you on YouTube, we're going to try one more lead. This is Tim's lead. This is Howard on Chaston Walk Drive. And then I want to give you a couple recaps. Something very important. Yes. I like that. Ted, good job. Edward. Or Esperanza. The Real Estate Dawn. Yes. Zig Ziglar's quote. Help enough other people get what they want. I don't got to worry about what I want.
Your call has.
That's the country version. All right. So we are going to conclude the dials with that. I believe. Yes. All right. Unless my team is telling me anything different. We're going to conclude the dials with that. I'm going to give you 2 more notes, 2 more takeaways you can write down. And then we're going to conclude the live stream. I'm going to hang out with you on Zoom for a couple more minutes, answering more questions and giving you guys final pointers. For everybody online, thank you for being here. I want you to have 2 takeaways today. Make sure, by the way, you liked, make sure you subscribed, and make sure you come back next week. Turn on the little bell so you get notified every week when I'm going live, because I do this every Wednesday at noon PST at 3 EST. What's my objective here? I want to help inspire you, educate, and share exactly how you do this business. I just realized something. I got my first ever thumbs down on YouTube Live. Somebody didn't like my live dials. Can you believe it? Hey, it is what it is. I'm sure there will be a few hundred more once once a few thousand more viewers come through. Cost of doing business. All right. So for the 20 of you who gave me thumbs up, thank you. I love you too. And for all of you, take away these 2 notes. I'm back here every week. This is consistency is key, and follow up is the separator that makes you stand out from everybody else. Remember, when someone is reaching out to you, trying to sell you their house, they're talking to all these people who are telling them all this stuff and reading all these slick scripts and all these people who can't even do what they say. And I say that not to be negative. I just want you to understand the reality of it. It's exactly what is happening in today's market. There's a lot of fakers. There's a lot of crap. So you are a breath of fresh air. Even if you can't do what they want or need, the fact that you show up, you call them back when you say you're going to call them back, you do what you say what you do, and you keep your word. You are a breath of fresh air. And so it's when you believe in what you're selling, you have a moral and ethical obligation to sell it. Selling is serving. Type it in the chat. Selling is serving. I want this to be the take home. It's Thanksgiving week next week. Yes, I will still be live. And I want to point this out. Something I need all of you to understand is that when the holiday season comes up, some people are grinding and hustling, missing time with their families. I don't recommend that. I'm going to be hanging out with my family, both chosen and some blood too. And I'm going to be having a great time. Also, there's the people who just turn off for the holidays. and they'll start in January when they're less busy. Guys, don't do that. Take action now. When other people are slowing down, every holiday season, I buy some of our best deals. Why? Because motivated sellers need to sell. Death is happening. Divorce is happening. Negative things are happening. Delinquencies are happening. Holiday seasons are stressful. All sorts of stuff is going on. And it's your and my moral and ethical obligation to show up and to serve. And when you get that call on Christmas week, take the darn call and negotiate the deal and contract the deal. I'm not telling you to miss time with family. I'm just telling you to take 7 minutes on the phone in the other room on Christmas Eve. Okay? I'm joking. But in all sincerity, I've done incredible deals on Christmas week, on Christmas Eve, because I was willing to show up and serve while everyone else is MIA. Not suggesting you have to. I'm just telling you, if you want to win, there's a way to win. There's a way to position yourself for success. Show up. In the holiday seasons, when others are leaning back and slowing down, you lean in. It's what separates you. You lean in when others are backing away and taking a break. Again, take time with family, yes, but lean into this season. Show up and serve at the highest level possible. Help those who need help. Go give some turkeys away. Shout out to Mr. Prosperity. I hope you don't mind me sharing, but every Thanksgiving he gives away an enormous amount of turkeys to people in need. God bless Mr. Prosperity and family. Go do something nice for someone. Lean in when others are leaning out and go get some incredible deals during this holiday season. Guys, you are one deal away. You are one connect away, one opportunity away from your first or next potential $1 million connection. So keep the momentum high. Be consistent through this holiday season. Yes, I'll be here on Wednesday. Yes, I'll be looking for you to submit deals for all my people in the Zoom room. And yes, I'll be calling negotiating deals. And I want you to send out the frickin' contract before Thanksgiving Day if I negotiate your deal next Wednesday. All right? So keep the momentum high. Keep building the momentum. Keep leaning in. And in this holiday season, set yourself up for the best year ever in 2026. We are surrounded by opportunity. We're in a window of opportunity. We have a real estate developer in the White House. We have tax laws coming that are favorable to real estate. We have opportunities surrounding us. We have mortgage opportunities that are coming up in terms of, wait a second, there we are. We have mortgage opportunities that are coming down the pipeline that will set you up for success. So go take action, go follow up, go make it your best Wednesday ever. And I'll see you on the challenge, on the Zooms, or next week, same place, same time. All right, be blessed. See you guys. Zoomers, we'll be hanging out here just a little bit longer. As soon as I end this live stream, boom.